It's Friday, April 4th. I'm Geoff Schwartz. That is Matt Ford. This is Geoff Schwartz is Smarter Than You. Welcome to the show where we talk NFL and others. We'll see what others are today, Matt. How you doing today, buddy?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I'm staying far away from my Merrill Edge accounts, and but other than that, I'm walking on air. How are you?
Good. I've decided, in the spirit of what's happening around our country right now, that I am going to put a tariff on this podcast, Matt. And the tariff is going to be very simple, okay?
Nice.
If you listen to this podcast, you have to give me a rating and a review and maybe share it. I'll do the maybe part. I'll do it. So your tariff for listening to this show, Matt, is to please give me a review. Hopefully 5 stars. If you like it, five. If you don't, give me a comment why you don't like it. That's the tariff for today, Matt. Okay, we're putting a tariff on the podcast. It's not reciprocal. I'm not rating or reviewing your show. I just want my show rated and reviewed and bumped up the iTunes or Apple charts, Spotify charts, whatever it is, by more people liking it and sharing it and giving me reviews and ratings.
Yeah, and by listening to this, you now owe us $5,000. That's also
Well,
sorry,
I don't think
sorry.
anyone has that money anymore, so the money's
Yeah,
disappeared.
it's
Uh,
an IOU.
I, I, honest, never mind. Okay, let's get to football. We're gonna get to football. Maybe the end of the show we'll ramble again on some other stuff. There are pro days happening today. Colorado's having a pro day. The draft is about 4 weeks. We have not scheduled, by the way, our big mock draft yet. We have to do that.
Oh yeah.
Is Sam filling in? Is he the fourth this year? Does he
I
know this
th
yet?
I don't know. We haven't discussed this with Sam yet, but for loyal listeners and they already know this, and Sam and new listeners, every year we call it Blue Dot Christmas, which is the company that I work at. And we every producer of the show has stepped up and done a version of a mock draft. I would say the preparation for the mock draft for Jeff is constant. For someone like Hank, it's thorough, and for someone like me and Gabe, it's 4 minutes before. And it's like, oh, okay, this Abdul Carter guy sounds like he's pretty good. And
I,
then but it's fun. I
so much
think
fun.
Hank will probably be very upset if he's not involved, but I don't
He
really
does pay
care about
attention.
that.
He
He
does
does
pay
pay
attention.
attention. Yeah, he raises our standard. I'm used to
Oh,
saying he lowers our standard, but he does raise it. So yeah, maybe it's Hank and
yeah. I think one year we had Zuri do it, and he'd never
yeah,
watched football in his life. It
Nick
was funny.
Weiner.
Yeah,
Remember
Nick
he did
Nick
it?
stepped in.
Yep,
Gabe drafted very famously Tyler Linderbaum. I think he got that one correct.
he
Of all
did,
the
and he
mock
got the
drafts,
Jordan Love pick
yeah.
too.
Out of
He
all
nailed that
the
one.
yeah, of all the mocks we've done, I think he's been the most right.
Yeah,
So we'll have
which is
Gabe on the
hilarious.
show, Matt on the show. We'll have Sam. We'll have someone fill in for the fourth, and we'll do our mock draft in a couple of weeks. We're back on first things first for the draft as well, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Um, and win totals have been released.
Yeah, we'll get to some of
And
those.
rules have been changed-ish. There have not been complete rule changes sort of yet, especially on the tush push. So lots to get into, Matt. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with well, I want to start with the story here, which was that, and I forgot that I hadn't mentioned this yet, was that you mentioned pro days, and at the UCLA pro day, uh, I happened to run into Dan Quinn and Adam Peters at a hotel here in Santa Monica, and it went insanely because I walked up to them. Did I tell you this that happened?
You
I think I told you
you
that.
you you text me this, but for those who don't,
Yeah,
those are both the head coach and general manager of the Washington Commanders, who is
for my team.
Matt's team. Yes.
Correct. And I walked up to them and I did, it was like meeting a member of the Beatles. Like I'm dealing with a celebrity right now. Like I'm not phased usually, but meeting the general manager of the Commanders, I said to him, I was like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan. Like just wanted to say thanks for the great year." And he was like, "Cool man, like I'm Adam." And I shook his hand and I was like, "Adam." Like I didn't like nothing happened in my brain. I just like said the last thing I heard back. And it was like, "All right, man, like see you later." It was maybe my least fine hour, but certainly a memorable experience. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna remember me after
I
that interaction.
I think they're going to go home and tell their wives. I met this guy today at the Fairmont in Santa
Yeah.
Monica. You said Fairmont, right? The Fairmont.
Yeah, it was the Fairmont. Yeah,
Very very
they
nice,
heard,
very nice
I have a
hotel.
great reputation for fantasy trades, so maybe they have a spot for me in the front office.
I
But
love
we'll
the
see.
Fairmont is very nice.
Very
That was
nice.
that was a wedding venue we looked at. Fairmont.
Oh,
We got
nice.
again, we got married at Shutters, which is not bad.
Good choice.
Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Nonetheless, so okay, so pro days are happening right now. For those who are unaware of a pro day, what happens is as players prepare for the next level, right? They're college players. They have a combine. We talk about the combine, right? They go to Indianapolis, and there's options to physically test in Indianapolis, right? The 40, the short shuttle, the three cone, all those things that we know, the bench press, and then you have another opportunity at a pro day, most often at your campus, and that's why you saw the Washington Commanders there, because the front office personnel and a coach often will go to a pro day if they're scouting a prospect that might be drafted early by the Commanders or by anyone else. And then, not every general manager goes to every pro day, but there's a West Coast swing, right? They do like the Arizona schools and the LA schools and the Bay Area schools and the Oregon schools, and like it's sort of they let everyone go. And I would imagine that a lot of front office people want to go to Santa Monica, like they're happy to go to the Los Angeles pro days.
Yeah.
So today, even as we're talking, Colorado's having their pro day right now. And so a lot of people are there to see Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, and they have other wide receivers as well, and BJ Green, a defensive lineman. And what a pro day is a second opportunity to work out if you worked out the first time, but it's also an opportunity for some guys for the first time to work out. There are guys that wait to work out at pro day, and there's many reasons for that. One is that just physically, Matt, you're in a much better place today than you would be at the combine, where you've trained for 5, 6 weeks. It's a lot of stress that week at the combine. You're up late hours, you're interviewing, do all these things. It's mental testing, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, last day in the afternoon, go work out on national TV in a very boring setting. Like there's nothing there. You're just running on the football field. There's a smattering of fans. That's it. When I was there were no fans allowed. It was a completely empty stadium, the RCA Dome. So when you
Hmm.
have the pro day at home, you sleep in your own bed, you train at the hours you want to train, and you just show up and work out. And so guys typically have much better pro days than they do combines. And coaches can see you up close in person. Now, there are some coaches on the field for certain drills at your pro day, or excuse me, at the combine, but not all the coaches are down there, right? It's this opportunity to do one-on-one work as well after the pro day's over. Sometimes they pull you to a side. Hey, man, can you work with us? And then, of course, if you're a top draft pick like Shedeur Sanders is, the reports were the Browns took out Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter for dinner last night. It's an opportunity to get to know these players as well on a more personal level at a pro day. So we see these pro days happen now. We're getting to the end of them. We're going to end pretty soon. Colorado is obviously pretty big because of those guys, and Shedeur's not going to run, and Travis is not going to run because why do
Why would
that? The
they?
film is
Yeah.
out there. You don't have to run, and so no, in my pro day was at Oregon. There were a lot of coaches there. I think the only offensive line coach who was there was the guy that drafted me. It was Dave Magazoo, the Panthers offensive line coach. And I remember they used that, when they were trying to figure out whether to draft me or not. In the fifth round, I got a call like, "Hey, it's Dave Magazoo. Remember, I was the only coach at your pro day." And they do that to butter you up as a free agent. If you don't get drafted, they want you to remember they were there. So again, pro day, very useful. My favorite thing about pro days, and Dave Damashek and I always joke about this, pro days and then on game days on Saturdays during the season, is the tweets of like the Commanders are at pro day. Well, it's their job. Of course they're at pro day.
Sure.
Or on Saturday when they're like the Commanders at the Georgia game. Well, yeah, their job is to be at the Georgia game and watch the prospects. They're
Of
all at the
course.
pro days. They're all there. Like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, everyone's at Colorado's pro day. Well, yeah, they have like 7 guys. They're going to be drafted. Of course, everyone's at Colorado's pro day. So that's what pro day is. And you're going to see videos of it pop out. I will say though, just like everything else, okay, pro day is a small bit of information that leads to someone being drafted. And I really find it I don't know what the right word is when people overvalue pro day and they look at someone like a quarterback throwing the ball and they're like, oh my God, he threw the ball. I'm like, no, no. Like it's the same thing I talk about with the comment where you just check a box, right? Where you say, okay, there's a throw of Quinn Ewers. He threw about 55 yards. It was a duck. A quarterback of any caliber, Matt, any caliber should throw the ball on air 55 yards. Not a problem. If he
Sure.
can't do it, that's not good. Red flag. Or if it's a duck, like it's more of a red flag check off than it's a green flag check off. So that's what pro day is.
Hmm. Isn't there a component of just like meeting the person up
Yeah,
close too?
absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
I
but
think that,
yeah,
if you're the Titans or the Browns and you're thinking about a quarterback, isn't part of it just like does this like can he fit? Like, is this a leader? Like, I
Yeah,
imagine that's part of it too.
well, that's where the dinner comes in because look, you meet them. They've already met probably at least once the combine, and maybe twice if you went to a
Top
college bowl
30.
game. Well, no, college bowl game. Like Senior Bowl, East West Run game. Top 30s, I don't think it even happened yet. So top 30 can be a third. And by the way, there are players that schedule private workouts for teams. Like I think Cam Ward has a private workout with the Titans. So
Yeah,
it's like another opportunity. And look, you have to, you know, can a player put on a facade for the combine? Absolutely. But if you meet a player a second, a third, or fourth time, they can't keep doing that, right? So eventually the personality shows up. And remember, when you draft a pick this high, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, any of these guys, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, you really want to vet the person. That player becomes a spokesperson for your team. They become a de facto leader immediately because they're drafted so high and you know they're on the roster for 4 to 5 seasons.
yep.
And you have to know who these players are. And I saw Jimmy Haslam say, the Browns owner say he referred to basically like we didn't do this about Deshaun Watson. Talking about Deshaun, and people took offense
Swing and a miss.
to the term we. Well, the owner has to be part of that decision of signing Deshaun Watson. Now,
Yes,
there are owners that are day to day, the Giants, the Mara family. Their job is the Giants. They're there every single day. They just are. I play for the Vikings, the Wilfs. They live in New Jersey. They're not there every day. The Hunt family lives in Texas. They're not there every day. But you still have to check with the Hunt family. I'm drafting Mahomes 11. Are you okay with that? I actually think that Mahomes probably wasn't even asked. They weren't asked about Mahomes. But if you're drafting the
they're
top 10, I don't think they called him about to check the character. Mahomes
they're
was
probably in the room, right? Like that's not like they're not like, hey, like
right,
we've 2 minutes
right. But
left. Like we think it's
no,
Mahomes, right?
no, but I think like when I'm talking about vetting, I mean like the Browns and Titans ownership is very involved with the vetting of Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, right?
Yeah,
And the Giants. I don't think that the Chiefs were vetting Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the ownership was vetting Patrick Mahomes. It's like the top picks have to be vetted by the owner. The owner has to agree to the draft pick. And
sure.
so
Yeah,
and they have to agree to signing, a quarterback to a $250 million deal. They just have to. So when they say we, that it's why. They are actually part of that. Now I don't know how often they say no, to be honest with you, but you have to run that by an owner who's going to spend $250 million on a player.
right. So you're saying like Jerry Richardson didn't have a one-on-one with you back in
No,
yeah, it's like
but
later in the draft, like
but very
you're
clearly he
throwing
did,
darts.
but very clearly like he did with Cam Newton, right? Like
Yeah,
he got to know Cam Newton because you have to. You
yeah.
can't go into it without
It's
knowing
good
who those
business. I
guys
mean,
are.
it's like
Yeah.
one of your most valuable employees. So we're talking about Shedeur. I think you were pretty early on. Hey, this guy's going to go in the top three. Where do you stand now? It sounds
Yeah.
obviously the Browns and the Giants are both there today.
The Giants actually are not there, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think they're there.
Let me check
Um,
that because I saw some tweets about
I think
that.
they're waiting for I think they're waiting to do a private or they're waiting for top 30 visit. Actually don't think I think they're not there,
Hmm.
believe it or not. Maybe I saw that wrong. I don't even know where to even check on this because there's like a million different people that cover the Giants. Um,
The Browns are definitely
the
there,
Browns are
and
certainly there.
yeah, and I will say that oh yeah, Brian Dable is not there today.
Yeah.
Joe Shane is expected to attend, according to the
Yeah.
graphic I just saw on
But
ESPN.
again, okay, but here's the thing. It doesn't that there's no indication. The one thing I will say about pro days is we should look into it very much. There's so many stories of players getting drafted. I think my brother was this way, where he's just like the Browns never talked to me the entire time.
Yeah,
Like, like now
it
again,
happens a lot, especially
quarterback's
second, third
different.
round
Yeah,
guys. Yeah,
quarterback's different, absolutely. But that doesn't mean they're out of the running. I go back to this, man. I still think Shedeur goes too.
I do too.
I just I was I know the Browns like Cam Ward, so maybe they want to trade to one. But then someone might trade to two for Shedeur. I don't see Shedeur. He's not. If you're ranking like 1 through 25, top 25 players, he's like I don't know 18, 19, 20. But he's a quarterback in the National Football League in a league that you can only win with a quarterback. And the Browns don't have one right now, Matt.
Yeah.
And there's rumors about Kirk Cousins trading for Kirk Cousins. He's expensive. You already have an expensive dead weight in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. That's
So
not
so
happening.
right. So you have the capability now to get yourself a Shedeur Sanders, who I think in Stefanski's offense will be fine. I don't think Shedeur has a high ceiling. I think he's is he ever going to be a top 7 quarterback? Probably not, Matt. But he has a chance to be a top 10 quarterback, I think, in the right system. I think he
Yeah.
does. And the Browns, he got Baker Mayfield to play really well. This is a quarterback friendly system. And it makes sense to want to do that. Now, they could be there to draft Travis Hunter as well. I will give you 2 props that I wagered on because the way I think the draft might go. Okay. So if I think it goes Ward, Sanders, Travis Hunter, that's how I think it's, if Ward and Sanders go 1-2, I think Hunter's going 3 to the Giants. Okay.
Hmm. Why?
Why? Because they just need playmakers on offense and defense, and like he fits that role, right? You could get Abdul Carter, certainly, but you have Brian Burns, you have Kayvon Thibodeau, you have Dexter Lawrence. Like I don't, you
Yeah.
need a wide receiver. You do, and maybe or corner wide receiver, right? Whatever it is. It does seem like there's more talk now of Travis Hunter playing wide receiver, by the way, Matt, than
It
cornerback.
does. Yeah.
It's all smoke. I mean, who knows if it's real? Um, Now number 4, okay, it's New England. Abdul Carter or Will Campbell. All right. Um, I bet on Will Campbell to go fourth. It was 4-1. It's now down to like
Interesting.
3-1. And let me kind of explain why here. He's offensive lineman at LSU.
Yeah.
The Patriots could surely use Abdul Carter, but they have no left tackle right now. I mean, think about a traffic cone out there. They
Yeah.
got no one right now. And what's more important to helping Drake May, rushing the passer or blocking for him? I think blocking for him is more
Yeah.
important. And Abdul Carter's foot, we don't know how healthy it is. And then I bet I'll dual Carter to go 5 overall at 4,000 plus 4,000, so 400 to 1.
Interesting.
So
Who's picking 5?
if he makes it Jacksonville, if he makes
Yeah.
it to 5, he's not making he's going to 5. He's going
That's
5.
yeah, 100%. Interesting. I like that read of it.
Yeah.
You can get Sanders to go number 2 at like plus 700 right now.
Yeah. Oh, I can still. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the
I
thing
took
about
it
it.
yesterday.
The thing about it is that like with right now with my draft wagers, they're so hit or miss. Like I don't have any like I'm either going to make a lot of money, it's like election night, or lose a lot of money, Matt. I don't have like
Right. You've got your read.
I
Yeah.
don't have those where like at least not yet, where it's like you know what? Okay, the draft could go this way, I can make money this way. It goes that way, I make money that way. I don't. I got plus 800 on Sanders going 2 overall.
Yeah. It's if you like that, and I think look, I think you're right. I think he's whether there's a trade or not, like it's in Cleveland's best interest to posture that that's who they want to take at number 2, right? Because somebody like you're not gonna, no one's going to trade up for Travis Hunter. No one's going to trade up for Abdul Carter, but somebody might trade up if it's like, oh, the quarterback, we know we can get
Yeah,
Sanders at 2. Let's move up, I'm the Raiders. I'm going to move up. I mean, they're probably not anymore because of Gino, but the Jets, whoever, like
yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
just going to say, like, we're going to move up and do it. So I think that they're going to start to push their chips in there. And it seems like maybe they started
yeah.
to, right? Like they brought the owner to Colorado today. So
I
um
made 2 other draft wagers. I'm talking about draft wagers. I took Chiefs to draft a defensive or edge player plus 210.
hmm,
3. Seahawks draft offensive lineman plus 115. And I took Pittsburgh to draft a quarterback at plus 450. That's now down to 325. These are
huh.
BetMGM numbers.
Oh, that's a good one.
So we'll see. I mean, look, again, if it doesn't go my way, Matt, I'm out. It's like election night. I didn't hedge. There was no
Yeah.
there was no hedging. So um,
Yeah, well,
hopefully it
we're
goes
paying for it
well.
now. The what do you think about the Ted McMillan? Because there was a big story this
Yeah,
week. He's people had him as high as number 4, number 5. And now people are having there seems to be like a lot of these guys where people are having a bit of a tough evaluation. Like
yeah,
he said something about like he doesn't really watch football. He doesn't really, it doesn't seem like he really loves it so much.
yeah.
That's at least, the review based on one thing he said on a podcast. So like take it with a grain of salt. But I'm curious where you think he goes now.
I mean, there are guys that don't watch football. I find it odd because I watch every football game ever. Like I'd come home from football games I played in and watch more football, Matt. I love
Yeah.
football. But there are guys that just don't. They play video games, they do other things in life. They're still good football players. Um, but this time of year, front offices want to hear how much you love football. I love football. It's my favorite thing of all time. I love it. I love it. It's what they want to hear because they love football, right? They spend every waking hour thinking about football. Um, so I Ted McMillan, I think that the question is the 40 time, right? I mean, he either clocked at like a 4.48 or 4.52. All I know is that he every time he got the ball, Matt, he made plays. And I'm not sure he's as fluid as a wide receiver you want right now, as far as just he's a big and tall, so he's not going to have the great ability to get in and out of breaks. Like he's sort of just an X, right? Just put him on the one-on-one and let him work. Oregon almost got him, but then our coach left and he went to Arizona, and I was super bummed about it because he was a dominant high school football player. He was so good. So I I think he's going to be a good player. But are you going to draft him? Like one of my mock drafts had him at 5 to Jacksonville,
Hmm.
but I think that's probably now feels a little early.
Yeah, I think I agree. Um, Interesting. Any other just like sort of people you're looking at in the first round, or any just sort of news you or feelings you have?
Who do you want the Commanders to draft?
I think
Who did I
probably
have for the Commanders? Let me look
edge
right now.
rusher, or if I'm a big, I love that kid Henderson from Ohio State. I think he's awesome, the running back. Uh, so I had my eye on him, but
Oh, I
hopefully
had
a round two
I
thing.
had Nick Scorton, a defensive end, Scorton from A&M going to the Commanders.
Yeah, I think they need to add on the edge. That's top priority in the first round at least. And yeah, their offensive line seems solid. The secondary seems solid. Um,
You get to pick
so
29th.
yeah, it's so strange. I'm used to this top five stuff. Um, Talk to me about your Chiefs wager.
Chiefs, I think they have to draft a defensive lineman. So it's more just like my personal bias on that than anything else. I mean, they're drafting 31. Could they draft another offensive lineman? I just doubt it, man. Like they drafted offensive lineman. These guys have to play.
Yeah,
They need a running back. They're not doing that at 31. And it's a very healthy defensive pass rusher class.
yeah, right, exactly.
And
I
I think
think that's a good
I,
thing to invest in.
yeah, I think you have to do it in this class. So that's what I would do. I'm not in charge, but I think it's good money right now for that wager.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, we have about 10 minutes left. We could talk tush push. We could talk win totals. What do you want to hit on
Um,
for the next few minutes?
yeah, we could do well. The tush push thing is tabled for now. So I mean, there's not. I don't know what how much meat there is on the bone right now. I mean, we're going to have that topic, I think, again in May. So
Yeah,
we'll probably skip that for now. We could talk about. Um, Sam told me he produces a political podcast, by the way, and I was like, I think we're going. Matt and I are going that direction at some point. So we could. No, we're not hitting on. Let me look at the. I My wife, by the way, just I think I told you this before. She is like the perfect she's the person that like debates and nightly news shows are made for because she pays attention to nothing all day. She's busy all day. She's working not on social media, Matt. She watches nightly news twice a week and watches like political debates. Like I don't want to watch the presidential debate. I've heard them talk for months. It's the first time she had heard like Harris and Trump talk to each other. Like the first
yeah,
time. So she doesn't really pay. So the news, she's like, we're broke. That's what she told me yesterday. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm
That's
like,
she's right.
I'm like, it doesn't work that way. We're gonna be fine. We're late 30s. Like we don't use our money. Like we're gonna be fine. The panic, Matt. I can't even talk to her about it. So I have to talk to you about it, but not on this show though. So let's talk about something else. Let's do win totals, Matt. Any
Sure.
NFL win totals had dropped as I check my. Oh boy, I'm looking at the stock market right now.
Don't
Oh
do
boy.
it. Telling you, don't
Oh,
do it.
5% today.
Don't look.
Oh, it was like 5% yesterday too. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep.
I looked today. I didn't look
I'm
at
not.
today.
I haven't looked today. I decided not to. Yesterday was I could not believe what happened yesterday, and I was just like, no, no,
The
thank you.
Dow's down 7% this week.
Yeah, I think
But
the
this week
Nasdaq's down like 20%.
I mean 2 days.
Yeah.
SP plus 7.5. NASDAQ 7.5. Oh boy. I didn't realize this was bad.
Yeah, no,
Oh
it's
boy.
really bad.
Well,
It's really bad.
if you rate and review my podcast, that is for free. It's a tariff on the podcast, but you can do it for free.
That's right.
Well, you know what, Matt? Let's make some money back on win totals.
I
Um,
like that idea.
okay, my general rule on win totals, by the way, I have a new general rule. I don't think I can take anyone over 11 and a half wins anymore. I think it's too volatile to do that. So
Hmm.
there's four teams with 11 and a half wins, right? Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens. I'm just out on any of the overs on those. Do you agree with me?
No.
Oh,
I have actually already taken the Chiefs. I'm surprised that you haven't. Like it doesn't seem like that high of a number. You don't think the Chiefs are going to go 12 and 5?
I don't know, man. They
What
just don't
like
care
what are you
about
talking
they
about?
just don't care about the regular season that much.
They didn't last year and they went 15 and 2.
I
Like
know.
what are you talking about? That one that to me felt like free money. Like that
So
one
this
is
year
just
they
a no-brainer.
this year they play
Play
well,
the
no,
NFC East, I
NFC,
believe,
yeah, NFC
and
East.
the AFC. Uh,
They put the North
jeez,
last year, I think. So
it's
that's not the North, something else. But okay. Oh wow. Okay. So you
they
went Chiefs over.
play the AFC South. Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
they're
that's not bad.
they
And
win
then
four of those.
the bottom of the group is Browns, Giants, Jets, Titans at 5.5. So you have Chiefs over.
Yes.
Have you made any unders of those top four teams?
Of the top four, no. There were a few that really caught my eye as like I could not believe the number.
Okay,
Um,
let's hear them.
San Francisco.
Yeah, it's too
Uh,
high.
that's a 10 and a half. The under's juice now, minus 125. I'm sorry. Like what are we basing any of what are we basing 10 and a half on? I mean, that win total is higher than a bunch of teams that made the playoffs last year, including Washington. But I don't see like what the path is there. Like they haven't made any indication that like they're really going for it this year. Like you say, okay, cool. They're going to go 11 and 5 or 11 and 6. How does that happen? Right? It's like, well, Purdy plays way better. Ayuk comes back healthy. McCaffrey comes back healthy. Trent Williams lasts the whole season. George Kittle lasts the whole season. All these losses on defense don't matter. The Debo thing doesn't matter. Like, that's a lot of ifs. To me, that just felt like way too high. If that number was like 7.5, 8.5, I think I would have been fine with it. But 10.5 just felt crazy to me.
That's way too high. It
It's a good
is.
division too. I mean, the Rams are going to be good.
Yeah.
Like, last year it was tight. Like, maybe Seattle sort of goes down a bit, but the Cardinals like were in the mix for most of the season. Like, it's not like they have a bunch of easy games.
Yeah, it's funny. The win totals are different at a lot of shops. You have to make sure you find the right shop to bet these on, by the way, because I was sent some numbers to wager on by one of the guys that I trust, and they have different win totals than they're listed on this website. So I'm gonna find some of these other wins. So make sure you shop around these win totals. I think that Seattle, there was an 8.5. I don't know if there's still 8.5. That
Feels a
feels
little
high.
high.
Feels
They do
high, right?
play the both Souths, the West, the NFC
Uh,
West. So they play the AFC South and the NFC South, which are probably, if you're choosing the best two sets of opponents. Um, but there's some tough teams in there, like still Tampa and Houston, and I don't know. They just, I just don't see it
yeah.
with them.
Um, the other couple that I was on, like, I think Panthers over 6.5. I think they're going to win 7 games this year.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
mean,
it's
they got to
it's
five last year, which
it's
is
it's
people
all on
forget.
Bryce. It's all on Bryce Young, man.
Yeah. And I think they had like a pretty solid offseason, I thought. Like they were smart, they spent some money. They don't seem to be spending it like on dumb positions. Like they're building the right way, it seems like.
I'm looking at my offshore right now. Sometimes my offshore has better numbers. I don't have win totals up yet, but they have Shedeur Sanders to be the second quarterback drafted at minus 549.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to lay 1,200 to win 200, but like, I mean, how is Jackson Dart's not going ahead of him, right?
No, but why would you ever bet that?
To win 70, I
Um,
guess.
yeah, I mean, you just put it in a savings account,
Well, not right now.
get a dollar off
Um,
of that.
I'm just trying to find some if these numbers for some of these other ones are changed because I see I don't 7.5 is different than like I see 7.5, 8.5 obviously is much different, right? Like 8.5,
Yeah.
I think you feel pretty good about. Sometimes they let you play with like the win totals, you know, juice either that, either or. Some of these. No, I still see 8.5. So there's 8.5 still available out there. Any other ones you're eyeing right now? Buddy might send me six and over 6.5 for the Saints.
Why?
I don't
What
know.
is there to believe in there?
I don't know.
Wolf. I like I think fading the darling of this offseason, the Patriots. They're at 8.5. And I think that's a pretty big jump. Their their opponents this year, let me look them up. Um Obviously they like I think their division is just going to be better.
Yeah.
Buffalo's not going anywhere. The Jets are probably going to be better. The Dolphins are probably going to be better. They are playing the AFC North and NFC South. So like the AFC North, there's probably four teams better than them, um, or three at least. So I think people are just
Yeah.
sort of projecting like, oh, every year it's like Houston, it's Washington, now it's going to be New England. Like I just it's not that easy.
I don't, yeah,
And
their roster is not as talented right now. Like that's part of it
no,
as well. Like it's just not a very talented roster.
no, I think they would be the perfect Travis Hunter team, by the way. Like I think
I think so too.
they're a team that they just need like they need stars. And I agree if Campbell or Carter's there, like that's good. But I think if
Well,
they
if
had their
Travis
first
Hunter is
pick,
there, they're going to take him. I just
of
don't know if
course,
he'll be
yeah. Well,
there.
one of them would be gone anyway,
Yeah.
so it would or both of them.
I just don't think
Um,
he's going to be there. That's why I say that.
yeah. Are you with me on that? Do you think 8.5 is too high?
Probably. I have. Oh yes, one of my offshores where I just have like money that I don't even use. I can't use. It has all the win totals up. Oh, I'm gonna go. I might go ham a little bit today on this when we're done. All right, Matt. We're gonna end with this because I have to get out of here. I got to pick my kids up from school. Um, NFL special prop. One of my offshores. You ready?
Okay.
What will we ban first? NFL tush push minus 240, MLB torpedo bat plus 180.
Wow, that's so funny. I think Torpedo Bat is the play there, right?
Boy, plus money, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Huh. That's funny. What's your take on that?
I,
I was very
I,
surprised that
I'm
that it's
surprised it
allowed.
took so long
Yeah,
to like for someone to figure this out.
I know,
And
me
by the way,
too.
Aaron Judge has like 5 home runs with no torpedo bat. Like it doesn't. I don't know how much it matters in the end. It's a fun story, but it's not like the guys with torpedo bats. And there's an actual on DraftKings sponsor of another show you work on. Can't sponsor my show though, unfortunately. Come on.
We're working on it. Hey, we
Come
love
on.
DraftKings. We would love Hello DraftKings. Pay
I
us.
like DraftKings. They were with Bear Bets. I use them all the time. It is the easiest app to use. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm on there right now. Look, see. Well, don't look at my total of money in there. It's millions of dollars. There we go. Okay.
I see it.
I need them. I need them to come along. They have an MLB tab. It's called Torpedo Bats.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So it's Lindor, Rutschman, Hoskins, De La Cruz, Volpe, Wells, Chisholm, Goldschmidt, Cruz, Bohm, Betts, Muncy, Hernandez, Olson, Diaz, Camarino, Ward, Thomas. Half the guys don't have any home runs this season. Now, some of them haven't even played that much, but like, it's not a torpedo bat thing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna last very long. But maybe it will. I don't know. Baseball could use a little juice,
I,
right?
I've been doing. They offer a $10 no sweat home run parlay every day, Matt. And so I've been making these home run parlays every day, just hoping I get like 3 of 6 legs to cash out. And I get like 0 legs. So it doesn't go very well. I probably should stop losing $10 every day on this. Uh,
Possibly.
I'm calculating. I mean, that's like $1,600 if you do it every baseball day, basically 160 games, right? Like not inexpensive. Um, so yeah. All right. Do you watch baseball? The
No.
Orioles guy, Nats guy.
Both.
Nats are terrible, so I wouldn't watch them either. They have some young players though that might be good.
Yeah,
I don't know if you pay attention to like Cruz or anybody. I like baseball. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right, buddy. I have got to go, and I don't want to get us in trouble by talking more politics, which we did none of it. But remember, the Jeff Schwartz tariff, everyone,
that's right.
is giving me a rating and reviewing and subscribing. We'll talk to you guys next week. I'll be in Mexico for spring
Oh,
break. So we will not go next week. The week after should be our draft week. So we'll figure it out. We'll get our
yes.
mock draft on board. All right,
Oh,
everyone.
yeah. The
Yeah.
extravaganza.
It's not on the schedule because last year we scheduled it like months and months in advance.
Yeah.
So
Do you
we'll
want to
figure.
do it on the day of the first round, or do you want to do it? We could do it the week before.
I
What would you
can't do
like?
day of the first round. I'm doing radio and I'm doing first things first.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
like Tuesday the 22nd, we could do it possibly.
Okay. We will
Easter Monday.
coordinate.
Are you going to celebrate Easter Monday, the 21st? Everyone will be at on their phones.
There's
Um,
no better way to celebrate than to do a mock draft.
all right, everyone. We'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good weekend,
See you,
everyone.
buddy.
Take care.